In Africa, the Made in China label is changing. It used to mean imported trinkets and toys, fluffy stuff of questionable quality. Nowadays, Chinese manufacturers are raising their game with innovation, investment, and integrity. They've moved into brand building with products that consumers crave. It took only a few years for these China-designed, Africa-assembled mobile phones to win social media fans across the continent.
It allows me to take very nice quality, detailed pictures of the eye looks that I do.
This company's strategy.
It's a Chinese company, but there's a lot of local engagement.
Another Chinese company is helping Africans in remote areas to get connected to the world using a different medium.
People, they will see this in our local languages.
From trade shows offering every commodity on the planet to railways, ports and high-tech factories. In this series, Closing the Gap, we tell the human stories behind the China phenomenon in Africa.
Hi guys! Hi y'all. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a makeup tutorial for you guys. So for school I tend to go barefaced and then I do my makeup usually for special occasions.
Maxine Wabosha is a university student in Kenya's capital, Nairobi. She's also making a name for herself as a vlogger on Instagram and YouTube. Her only broadcast equipment is her China-designed, made-in-Africa Infinix phone.
A lot of young people tend to draw towards these brands because we don't yet have a lot of money to spend on gadgets, but we still want that nice quality. So these Chinese brands really do help us when it comes to that.
Transsion is a Chinese phone maker with a unique strategy that's producing spectacular results in Africa. Its three phone brands, Tecno, Infinix and itel, are now among the top 10 sellers on the continent. Its key breakthrough came in 2011 when it set up its first mobile phone assembly line in the Ethiopian capital Addis Ababa.
ካሜራው ምን ያህል ጥራት እንዳለው ቼክ አደርጋለሁ እንደዚሁም ካሜራው እንደሚቀየር ካሜራው እንደሚከፍት ቼክ አደርጋለሁ እንደዚሁም ደግሞ ካሜራ ፎቶ አንስቼ የፎቶን ጥራት ቼክ አደርጋለሁ
Transsion is no small operator in the crowded competitive world of smartphones. It says it sold a whopping 50 million phones in the first half of 2017, about half as many worldwide sales as Apple's iPhone. The Shenzhen-based Chinese company has found its niche and purposefully dialed into the emerging African market.
公司建厂的一个初衷嘛，对吧？像比如说你这个地理位置、物流的便利啊，然后加上市场的一个容量啊，加上政府的一个政策啊，各方面的一个情况嘛，所以说个人在这里的话，就是说，感觉这个工作的话，就是说还是比较顺利的嘛。
With demand for mobile phones soaring in Africa, the Ethiopian government is encouraging technology and knowledge transfer. The government's investment incentives, including tax breaks, have spurred Transsion to set up an assembly plant and a research lab that employ 1,000 people on 12 production lines.
10 years ago, no one would touch a product made in China because they were not sure of the quality of the product. Everyone would look for a label made in Japan.
Mukhtar Parker is one of Transsion's main retail partners in Africa.
But over time, they have perfected themselves and their quality is as good as any Japanese product. Yes.
He says each month he sells 12 to 15,000 Infinix phones from his 9 stores. Transsion was established in 2006. Within 2 years, it set Africa as its key market. Transsion's strategy of working with local partners and developing products designed for the local market has paid huge dividends.
China has scale in terms of manufacturing and all that. The capacity in the local market is not that high to do the manufacturing. But the product is actually designed locally.
Livingston Migwi Irungu is the Chief East Africa Business Development Officer for Transsion.
We are doing significant assembly in Ethiopia. It's not the actual manufacturing, it's just assembly. But you can see the deliberate effort of bringing assembly to the African continent.
Transsion seems to be reversioning China's experience as an assembly plant for other countries' products. The Chinese company was one of the first to take those lessons learned and develop its own exportable brands.
If you look at it from this perspective, maybe China started from development and then technology came in. But now how Africa is doing it is that we are using technology to develop ourselves.
Transsion's assembly line workers are earning a decent living and gaining new skills.
Having a mobile in the local assembling is very nice because we already give an opportunity for more than 1,000 Ethiopian people, so it's better to have a factory in Ethiopia.
Some, like Tersit Hailu, have even received training in China.
I'm a graduate from Addis Ababa University in the Department of Computer Science. Since I joined this company, it's more than 3 years. I just trained in China, and then I just promoted as a quality supervisor.
Young Chinese professionals are also getting a chance to kickstart their careers by moving to Transsion's Africa division.
By my age, I want to, have more experience, Transsion has actually given me a very good platform here. I can experience a lot of different things I cannot experience in China. I'm leading a big team here. This company now is in Africa, the King of Africa. That's what I heard from them. So I decided to give myself a try.
Chen says Chinese and Ethiopian staff at Transsion work as equals and according to their positions.
挑战的话，也不能说是个挑战吧，只能说遇到的一些就是说小小的一个问题嘛。因为中国人在爱赛投资建厂嘛，就涉及到一个中方人员和那个本地人员的一个融合嘛。当然呢，我们把这个东西是当做一个很正面的一个东西来看的嘛。
Kaka, Jared Ohiambo Odendo, works for Transsion, but his personal passion hasn't gone unnoticed by the company. In his spare time, he volunteers at a gym in Huruma, a low-income residential area in Nairobi.
In Kenya, young people like sports. Now we started gym to bring them together.
Transsion's Techno brand is helping out with donations to attract more local youths to the facility. It also provided car washing tools to help teach the young people a lesson about sustainability and urging them to raise their own funds for their gym.
Now, Techno decided to give back to society. This is the second time for them to come here. Now, sometimes some youth, they even, they can say the society, the community, the family, they neglected me. But it's not like that. Give somebody chance, and if you give him chance to do something, I'm telling you the truth, he'll do it better because I was given that chance to do it.
Safi. Nini kinatokea?
Hata na mimi nimeipenda. Nzuri.
It's not likely these actors could ever have imagined they'd land a gig like this. They're from Tanzania, working in Beijing, dubbing a Chinese TV soap opera from Mandarin into Swahili. Beijing-based Star Times is behind this unlikely production.
So far, I have dubbed like around 30 to 40 series and movies. This TV drama we are dubbing now is called The Guardian of Beauty. To me, I'm dubbing a character called the Chenshi. So I like him because he's like, I can say he's a boy who is advising so much about the other family, and he's very helpful to others.
This is not a novel one-off production. Star Times is one of Africa's largest satellite TV providers, with 12 million subscribers in more than 30 African countries. Star Times has dubbed dozens of Chinese television dramas into a number of African languages.
People, they will see this in our local languages. They will understand what Chinese speak, Chinese do, maybe culture, different things, but because they will hear through our local language, through Swahili.
In Kenya, Star Times beams satellite signals carrying some 40 local and international channels to its subscribers at a market-busting price.
Before the satellite TV and content from international providers came around, it was an expensive venture for Kenyans. When Star Times came around, it changed. Our vision for Africa really was making sure that pay TV was affordable and everybody could enjoy it.
Star Times' marketing strategy has a familiar ring to it. Offer a good product at an affordable price and find a way to provide better service to the local market. The company has found a niche in Africa's rural villages and towns.
So the people, the villagers around here have a problem accessing television channels. We are able to identify this area to connect them with satellite television so that now they are able to access the television channels.
Star Times has built the cost of a satellite dish and receiver into its long-term subscription plans. More than 120 families in this village have signed up. The plan is not only expanding Star Times' subscriber numbers, it's bringing rural and urban residents together, linking them to the same local news, information and entertainment programs.
Iko na mambo mingi, iko na movies, iko na cartoons, iko na easy balls. Nika choose kununua Star Times.
Star Times subscribers also get free access to China-made TV programs dubbed into their local language. It's not surprising, perhaps, that one of the favorite programs involves a traditional Chinese martial art.
With the TV also, there's a lot of communication. We know what Kenya is doing, we know what the rest of the world is doing, and we are happy.
Rebecca Mumo, a retired teacher, is a respected village elder who says villagers now feel more connected to the world.
But somebody came here and told me, you know, China and China is more or less near. So these Chinese have loved the name China. That's what I was told. Maybe because it is a new village and they have seen it from far. It was empty. You are the first, in fact, to install these things and to make it beautiful looking.
Chinese companies are planting deeper roots in Africa, creating jobs, improving infrastructure, and expanding their investment. They've established brands that demonstrate their commitment to working with partners in local communities, while casting off their reputation as copycats. In the next episode, we will examine how Chinese green energy companies are helping to meet the continent's enormous need for electricity.